Alright, howdy everybody. Hope everyone's having a good day. It's Thursday? Yeah. I figured I'd do something different. I'm in the middle of cleaning out my shop, which was way overdue. So, I'm working on that. But while I'm doing that, I got these two bookcases that I bought. No stain. I had to assemble them. That's what I wanted, right? Because I couldn't find any bookcases with the stain I wanted, so I decided to get them. I'm going to say naked, right? Naked furniture, no stain. And I'm using this right here, Minwax oil finish penetrating. It's oil based. The color is Red Oak 215. Okay, and I'm not a professional at staining wood, so that's why I'm making this video, because I goofed up and I let the stain sit too long, and you can't, before you wipe it off, right? Because what I did, here's what I did. I know there's a bunch of different things you can do, but I used mineral spirits on a towel, on a rag, as a tack rag, right? And I wiped down where I was going to stain before, I did that with that tack rag, and did that. Didn't do any sanding because it didn't need it. And I'm thinking, well, why? I mean, this is just a bookcase. It's not going to be the center of, whatever. I'm going to use it for on either side of my big screen TV in my living room. Maybe I'll show you that when it's all done. Because yeah, and this is going to be perfect. So anyway, I'm learning as I'm going, right? And I did a short, and I'm thinking, well, let me do a series of long ones. But you can see, right? You can see these dark spots. That's just blotchy, And I did that on my table here. Here's what I was working on, my table here. So, and I used various things, and you can, I was doing it. It was working. So now what I'm going to do is I looked online. Hold on, I got to sneeze. Hold on. Okay. I had to sneeze. So I looked online on ways to fix it, right? And guys were saying, and gals were saying, well, you got to sand it down to the, I'm like, that's a lot of work. And I found this one guy who had the same exact problem that I did. He put too much stain on, or not too much per se, but he just didn't wipe it off in time, and this is what I have. And he said, he gave me this idea. He said, use stain to reactivate the existing stain, because this stuff is just it's never going to dry. It's never going to set. It's never going to cure, whatever words you want to use. And I already did that one. I did this one. I think I did this one, but maybe not. And so essentially I have to redo the whole thing, and that's fine, because this is a good lesson learned, and maybe by doing this you'll learn this lesson too. Yeah, I did the top. I don't want to touch it, because then I might leave a fingerprint for my nice little gloves I got going on. So let me set you up, and I'll show you, like, see this nice little blotch right here? See that? Right here. And, it's not perfect. I'm not looking for perfection. Remember that. And I'm not going to get it. So let me pause you, and I'll sit you up, and we'll get this thing going. Okay, I'll try to give you a good view. I'm not going to take you through this whole thing, right? I'll just do a little bit so you get the idea. I got to put my gloves back on. Yeah, I know. If I had 3 hands, I could, it would be a little bit better. All right. So I'm shaking up my Minwax, right? Because the pigment will settle pretty quickly. So I'm shaking it up. And when I was applying this, I was using one of those little sponge. Well, I did a couple of different ways. I did it with a t-shirt, clean new t-shirt cut into rags, and then I got some of these, and I like doing it with these better. But I have a feeling I put too much stain on. So, right. Let me show you. Hold on, I'm opening the can. All right, so what I'm gonna do is just reactivate. I'm just gonna stick my t-shirt in here, right? And I'm gonna reactivate the stain. Just reactivate it. Let's see if you can see what I'm doing. Can you see what I'm doing? Hold on. Sorry about this. Okay, how's that? Okay, just gonna reactivate it. And you can judge for yourself how much pressure you want to put on. Like, see these little blotchy spots? That's going to require more elbow grease to get off, and that's okay. I kind of like, you know, I'm so glad I found that guy's video on YouTube, because I'm like, geez, I don't really want to sand all this stuff down, right? I don't want to be sanding or whatever. So he's actually turned out to be like a, you know, because it's working. I couldn't believe it. All right, so you see that, right? Now, you might not be able to see it real good. So then I'm not going to let it sit very long at all. I'm just going to take my somewhat, you know, drier towel or rag and just wipe off the excess quickly. I'm not going to let it dwell or sit or linger or whatever words you want to use. Okay, see that? All right, yeah, you see it. So let me just keep going. I won't make this too long, I promise. Just want to give you an idea of what I'm up to. So now I'm just going to, yes, I'm going to go across the grain because I have no choice. I gotta get, you know, I gotta get it in that crevice. So here's that blob. Remember that blob right there? And I'm putting pressure on this thing. I'm working it. So. And I know I should be going all the way down, but I can't because I have to. It's going to dry at the top. So I'm going to take my rag and I'm going to wipe all my excess off. Right, like so. I'm going to go across just once, and I'm going to go back down again. And I'm going to kind of feather out. As I'm moving down, I'm going to be pulling my hand away. Okay? I'm going to be kind of feathering out, pulling my hand away. And there you go. What do you think? Not too bad, right? Oh. So hold on, let me get my gloves off. All right, not too bad. It's a lot better than what it was. And I'm going to be, you know, going over the whole thing, and I'm going to be going over this one too, and it's fine. Like I said, it's a learning thing. And I'll no more blotch. Remember the blotch that was over here somewhere? It's gone. It's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but we're not looking for perfection. I just want a uniform stain that I can poly, because I'm going to poly it as well. Where's my poly? Shoot, I don't know what happened to it. It's around the shop somewhere. But I got poly, you know, polyurethane. Oh, here it is. Oops, sorry. Bang my camera. Here's the poly right here. So that's what I'm using for the finish. And this is also oil-based. No stain to it. It's just clear, durable, clear protection. All right, you get the idea. You can see where I stopped, so I can't linger too long. I got to keep on going. But then, if it dries, I could just reactivate it with more stain, right? Because there's mineral spirits. That's the oil base, and you know. So I'm definitely onto something, and I'm really happy that I found that guy on YouTube, because this was definitely saving me from, you know, probably doing some sanding and whatever. So, all right, there you have it. Maybe I'll make another one when it's all done, and I'll show you where I'm going to put him in the house. Okay. All right. Thanks for watching. Hope everybody's having a good day. Stay tuned. There's going to be more to come.